Welcome back to computer science class. In the last session, we discussed character handling functions. All character handling functions are belongs to the header file ctype.h. Then to read a single character, we use a library function get. To print the character constant, we use the library function put. In this session, we discuss string handling functions and also string. Say how to read a string, what is string, how to output a string, that is discussed in this session. String functions. Here, string is a sequence of characters. Here, string is a sequence of characters. Sequence of characters represent inside the double quotation. Inside the double quotation. For example, computer is a string. Here, computer is a sequence of characters. Then, to represent a string, we use one-dimensional array. How it is? See, it is a sequence of characters. We know that each character reserves 1 byte of memory. The data type character reserves 1 byte of memory. If it is a computer, see here, these are the memory allocation. Then in a string, the last character is always a null character, /0. This is called null character. Every string must be ended with a null character. That is, to represent a string, we use one-dimensional array. What is one-dimensional array? Array have only one index value. That is one-dimensional array because it is a sequence of characters. Then in an array or in a string, the last character is always /0. Here /0 represents the null character. When we insert a double quotation, the closing double quotation, the compiler automatically insert a null character. Then to declare a string, we use the following syntax. To declare a string, first we use the data type char, character, then followed by string name, then size of the string. That is, the syntax is data type string name, then size. It is same as one-dimensional array declaration. But the data type is always character type because inside the one-dimensional array we have to store the sequence of characters. Hence, the data type is always character. Then string name is a identifier. It is a identifier. Already we know that what are identifiers. Name given to the programming elements are called identifiers. Then size of the index. The size of the index is always positive integer number. See the example, character st of 10. What is the meaning of character st of 10? Here the variable name or array name is SD have a 10 elements of the type character. The variable SD have 10 elements of the type character. Then what are those 10 elements? The first one is character of a name of the string is SD of 0. Second one is character of SD of 1. Next one is character of SD of 2, so on up to data type character. Then name of the string is SD of 9. These are the 10 elements in the declared character array. Then the string is a character array. Character array. Why it is character array? Because string have a sequence of characters. To represent a sequence of characters, we use a one-dimensional array. Then one-dimensional array of the type character. Hence, the string is also called character array. So this is the declaration of string variable. So data type always character. Then name of the string followed by index value. Index value represents the number of characters for the given string. Then discuss how to initialize a string. What is the meaning of initialization here? Here initialization means assigning a value at the time of declaration. Before initializing, a string must be declared. After that we have to initialize. See the syntax. Data type. In a string, the data type is always character type. Then name of the string, that is string name. Then followed by size. Then assignment operator inside the double quotation string value. Because strings are represented always in the double quotation. See the examples. First we have to declare the string character of SD. Here there is a empty index value followed by assignment operator. Inside the double quotation there is a computer. If you leave an empty index value, then this empty index value is always filled with a number of characters present in a given string. The index value is automatically filled with number of characters present in a given string. Then second one is character of ST, which is equal to, then we have to give the character individually. If it is characters individually, explicitly we have to place the null character at the end of an initialization. If it is in double quotation, the null character insertion is not necessary. If it is, we have to initialize in a individual characters. All characters must be written inside the curly braces. Then each characters are enclosed with a single quotation. Then moreover, the last character must be an null character. These are the two examples to initialize a string. Otherwise, we have to insert each character to each memory location. That is also possible. But in practice, either we use inside the double quotation, we initialize the given string, or we have to initialize with a single character. Note down the two methods to initialize a string. But before going to initialize the string, we have to declare a string. Then only we call it as it is a initialization. The definition for initialization is assigning a value at the time of declaration. Hence, first we have to declare a string. We have to declare a string. After that, we have to give a value for the declared string inside the double quotation, or individually we have to initialize. If it is individual characters, character constants are represented in a single quotation. Then set of character constants are represented in a curly braces. Then last character must be null character. So these are the declaration and initialization of a string. Here what is string? String is a sequence of characters. Sequence of characters represented in a single quotation, represented in a double quotation. Then the strings are also called character array because the one-dimensional array is used to represent a string. One-dimensional array is used to represent a string. Hence, the strings are also called character array. Then, to declare a string, we use data type, string, then followed by size. It is same as one-dimensional array declaration, but data type is always character type. So, this is the declaration of string. Then, in an initialization, first we declare a string, then using assignment operator inside the double quotation, we have to initialize a declared string. Let's discuss how to input and output a string variables. Out of that, first consider inputting a string. To input a string variables, or value for the string variable, we use the function getLine. We use a function getLine. Here the getLine function is present inside the iostream.h because all input output operations belongs to the header file iostream.h. Here not necessary to include any other additional header files to our program to use getLine. It is present inside the iostream.h. See the syntax to read a string. Inputting means read a string, that is cin dot getLine of string comma size. This is the example or syntax to read a string. Cin dot getLine string comma size, where cin is a object, getLine is a function, string is a variable, it is of the type character array. Variable size, integer number. Size is a integer number. Cin dot getLine of string comma size. Observe here the function getLine accepts two parameters. One is the string, another one is the size. Where string is a variable of the type character. It is a variable of the type character array. Then size is a positive integer number. See the example. First we declare a character array, character of st of 100. To read a string for the declared character array, we use the statement cin dot getLine of st comma 100. See here, where st is a variable, st is a string variable, 100 is a integer number, it is always positive integer number. Then the function getLine reads 100 characters to the variable st. It reads 100 characters to the variable st, or it automatically terminates when new line character is entered. Here new line character means if you press a enter key, then the reading process automatically terminates. The function getLine automatically terminates. See here, there is a two condition to terminate the getLine function. The first one is if it reads all the characters, that is equal to the size, then the getLine function automatically terminates. Otherwise, if the new line character is encountered, or if you press a enter key, then also the getLine function automatically terminates. These are the two conditions to terminate a getLine. The first one is it reaches the size. If the all characters, then number of characters reaches the size. Then second one is if you press a enter key, then automatically it terminates the getLine. It stop reading the characters. Similarly, next one is outputting a string. To output a string value, we use the function write. Then write function is also belongs to the header file iostream.h. Once we include a iostream.h to our program, the both getLine function and write function included to our program. See the syntax of write function. The syntax of write function, the write function is associated with an object cout followed by member access operator dot, then function name write, again it accepts string and size. It accepts two parameters. Like getLine function, the write function also accepts two parameters. The first one is string, that is the variable of the character array. Second one is size, that is the length of the given string, represents the length of the given string. Here, where cout is a object, write is a function, string is a variable, size is a integer number. Here size is the number of character, it represents number of characters present in the string. Note on the difference between getLine and write. getLine is used to read a string, write is used to output a string. Then the write function do not terminate in between. If the null character is encountered, up to null character is encountered, it display all the characters. See here, the write function display all the characters until null character is encountered. See the example. Here we declare a string array, then we read the value up to 100. To print the string, we use cout dot function name write. It accepts two parameters. First one is name of the string, second one is size. But to know the number of characters in a string, we use the function strlen of st. Already we know that what is strlen. Here the function strlen is used to find the number of characters present in a string. It is used to find number of characters, in a string. Using that, we have to read how many characters are present in a given string. That is used in the place of size, because the write function display all the characters until to the null character, null character is encountered. But the getLine function, if you press enter key, it automatically terminates. See here, we declare st of 100, up to 100 characters are accepted for the variable st. But if you press enter key in between that, after entering a 30 characters, if you press a enter key, stop reading, the getLine function stop reading. Then the st, the variable st have only 30 characters. How to know the st have only 30 characters? That is done using a function, predefined function strlen. Hence, while writing the strings, while outputting a string, we use strlen function in the place of an size. If you write static values here, in the place of an strlen, it display all the characters up to null characters. To avoid that, we have to use the function strlen. Or one more method, before using the write function, we have to find the length, that is strlen of st. First we have to find the length of a given string that is assigned to the variable l, because strlen returns integer value, that value assigned to the variable l. In the place of an strlen, we have to use the l. See here, cout write of st comma l. Cout write st comma l. Then this statement display all the characters that is present in the string st, because already we know the number of characters present in the string that is stored in a variable l. Hence, in the place of an size, we use the integer variable. Here l must be an integer variable. So these are the reading and writing a strings. How to read? Using a function getLine, we have to input a string. To output a string, we use the function write. Both getLine and write function belongs to the header file iostream.h. But here we use a function strlen to know the number of characters. If we use a function strlen, we must include a header file string.h. Why it is? Because all string handling functions belongs to the header file string.h. All string handling functions belongs to the header file string.h. Hence, to use a predefined functions in our program, we must include string.h header files to our program. String have its own library functions, that is predefined functions. All library functions are belongs to the header file string.h. All string library functions, not all the library function, only string related library functions are belongs to the header file string.h. See here, strlen is a one of the string handling function. It is a predefined string handling function. It is used to find length of given string. Here length of a given string means it is used to find the number of characters present in a given string. See the general syntax of strlen. Here syntax are the predefined formats. Variable equals strlen of string. See the general syntax of strlen. So variable, it is of the type integer, because the string len always returns a integer value. The function strlen returns always a integer value. Hence the variable is of the type integer, followed by assignment operator, then a function name strlen, then a string. See here, variable, in the place of variable we write l equals strlen, then inside that computer. Inside we use computer. See here how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. So the length of the given string computer is L. Then this function returns only characters except null character. It returns the characters except null characters. But in an array, in a character array, the string is always ended with a null character. The last character is always a null character. But the function returns a value, returns a count without null character. Hence, the value of an L is 8. See here, in a string, the last character is always null character. But the function strlen do not count the null character. Except null characters, it returns a value. That is the number of characters present in a string. So here the value of an L is 8. Let's see an example program how to use strlen in our C++. The problem statement is program to find length of given string. Length of given string using library function. Here library functions are the set of predefined functions. Library functions are the set of predefined functions. Those are available only through header files. These are available only through header files. So here you have to find the length of a given string. So all the string handling functions are belongs to the header file string.h. Hence in the linker section, you have to include string.h. Hash include first IO stream. It is necessary for all the program. Then second one is conio.h. Conio stands for console input. Console input output header files. Along with these two header files, also we include string.h. String.h, because our problem statement is find the length of given string using library functions. Void main is always return type void. Here we declare a string. How to declare? Data type character followed by string name, then size. CLR SCR to clear a screen. Output enter a string. Output enter a string, and then manipulator ENDL. The manipulator ENDL and ZWR belongs to the header file manio.h. manip.h. Then to read cin dot getLine. Okay. Cin dot getLine of name of the string is st, then size is 25. The variable st reads maximum of 25 characters. Then here it needs one more variable, that is to store the length of a given string. Hence, after declaring the character, we also declare a length L, variable L. Using L variable and the assignment operator, using a predefined function strlen, we have to find the length of a given string. Just write a statement L equals strlen of st. The function, predefined function strlen automatically returns a number of characters present in a variable st. Just output it. How to output? Cout length of given string. Length of given string is variable L. Get ch, close the program. It is a simple program. to find the length of a given string. First, declare a character array. It needs an additional variable of the type integer, hence declare integer of L. See here, first one is of the type character, then second one is of the type integer. There is a semicolon. First we have to complete the declaration of character type, then we declare integer type variable. CLRSCR function to clear a screen. Next, output statement, enter a string. See here, enter a string is a string type, hence here we represented in double quotation. To read a string character, the function is getLine. First we write the name of the string, then size of the string. Then use the predefined function strlen to find the number of characters that is assigned to the variable L. Finally display the variable in output statement. It is a program using library function strlen. Then if you not use strlen function to find the number of characters, then how to write a program? See here. Okay, our problem is program to find length of a given string without using library function. Without using library function. How to write? First write the preprocess statements. Here without using library function means not necessary to include a predefined function, not necessary to include a string.h header file. Directly start the main of the program. Under that declare a string character of st100. Then it needs additional variable I. Then CLR SSCR to clear a screen. Output, enter a string. To read a string, use cin dot getLine of name of the string st, number of characters are 100. Be careful about the size of the getLine function must be equal to the declared size, less than or equal to the declared size. The size of the getLine function must be less than or equal to the declared variable size. After reading the string, we know that string must be ended with a null character. Use that one. Initialize I equals 0. While st of I value not equal to null character. See the condition of while st is a variable of the index value is not equal to null character, just increment the I plus. When while loop is terminates, I holds the number of characters present in a string. Just print it. See out. Length of given string. Length of given string is variable I. Get character. Close the main function. See here, first we initialize the index value because string is a character array. In a character array, last character is always null character. Just we have to search for that. How to search? Name of the string of index value is not equal to null. I is incremented. See the example. Assume that it is a array SD have 3 characters, then last one is null character. Then index values are 0, 1, 2, 3. What we done here? I equals 0, st of I value, st of I value, these are the I values. These are the I values. Then the first one is st of 0 holds A, 1 holds B, 2 holds C, 3 holds null character. First we have to access st of I value. I value is initially 0, that is not equal to null. Here not equal to null because st of 0 holds A. Condition is true. I plus plus. I plus plus means plus plus is a increment operator. It increment by 1. So I value becomes 1. st of 1, it holds B, that is also not equal to null character. Condition true. I plus plus. I represents now 2. st of 2, it holds the value C, character C. Then C is not equal to null. So condition true. I plus plus. What is the value of I now? The value of I is 3. But st of 3 is not equal to 0, returns false because in the st of 3 we have a null character. What is the value of I? I value is 3. Just we have to print length of a given string is I value. Now I value is 3. So the string have 3 characters. This is the logic behind the program. Here we have 3 statements. I equals 0 initialization, condition, type of increment. We have to combine these 3 lines in a single line using a for statement like this. For I equals 0, I less than, okay, I equals 0, st of I is not equal to /0. See here, /0 is a character constant, must be represented in single quotation, then followed by third section, that is I plus plus, then for is terminate. We have to represent in a single line. So I equals 0, condition st of I value is not equal to null character, I plus plus, here for loop must be terminate. After that we have to display the I value. It is a program to find the length of a given string without using library function. In the next video we discuss other library functions. Those are belongs to the string header files, that is strcpy, strcmp, strcmpi, strcat. So these are the other predefined functions, string handling predefined functions present in a header file string.h. Those are discussed in the next session. Thank you.